My name is Sunny Akhigbe. I'm the founder of A Boy and His Dream. A Boy and His Dream Foundation was founded to address a specific issue affecting underprivileged youth and underprivileged adult in across the globe. The problem is I was born into a very severe adversity in Africa. As you know, culture has affected women and children. Specific culture has affected women and children in Africa and in third world countries. And one of those culture that has affected men and children that affected me was being born out of wedlock. In my tradition, being born out of wedlock is something that is not really popular. And if you're born out of wedlock, meaning your mom and dad is not married and they have you out of by mistake, you totally automatically just disrespected, rejected, and you suffer. So that was exactly what happened to me. My mother had me, and the family rejected the idea of her having me at all. And she was being punished and chased, and I was disrespected and rejected. She dumped me in the village, and the kind of village where I was dumped is a village that I have no access road, no car, no food, no pipe-borne water, and I was left there and took care of for myself. And I was with my grandmom for years, and so many things happened to me, ranging from molestation, abandonment, loneliness, just all kinds of things that will happen to children that have no supervision happens to me. Malnutrition, and that truly affected the way I survived in that period, and that affected my cognitive reasoning, and I was very far behind in education, and my developmental process was delayed, and it was just incredibly sad in how it all happened. I can remember vividly how it makes me feel. The rejection, not having my mom around, not having my father around, and not having the right proper nutrition, not having the guidance. Everything was just like kind of awkward. But deep down in me, I knew something was wrong. I knew something wasn't right. I can feel it, but I didn't know what it was until I got out of the situation, and then I came to the United States and started seeing things differently. And I came to realize that, wow, this was what was wrong. I was abandoned. I went through severe adversity, and I went through hell. And then I came to realize that there's so many other children going through the same hell, the same situation that I went through. More than 2 billion, globally, unaccounted for, uncared for, have no voice, going through hell. And how we're going to care for them, I don't know. So what happened was, like, as the situation proceeds, I was moving from village to village, from uncle to uncle, just surviving, looking for a place to stay, looking for acceptance. The uncles and aunties that accepted me, they used me as a child laborer. I was that child who was always mopping and cleaning, running errands, washing clothing, just caring for other people's children, not going to school. I didn't even know that going to school was supposed to be a component that's going to give me a leverage in future. I didn't know that. Nobody told me that. Nobody mentioned that. But people were just so after me being this. So I was strong, black, strong, and fighting for survival. When you're fighting for survival, you want to live. You want to do anything to sustain you. So that's exactly what I was doing. It was always throwing in responsibility on my plate, and I was just taking them, just mopping, cleaning, washing clothes, running around for all their uncles and aunties, just to have a place to stay, just to have an acceptance. And guess what? It never happened. There was no acceptance. The only acceptance I had was conditional acceptance. Or you're going to do X and Y for you to even sleep on the couch to survive for the next day. It happened. As I move and transition from city to city, it still continued to happen until one day God gave me a break. Somebody found me and gave me the opportunity to come to the United States. And that was what changed my life. And when I came in here, went to school and just went to school, took all the advantages of the opportunity presented to me. One thing you got to know, you have to be able to embrace the opportunity that have been presented to you. If it happened, take them. And I did. I took them. I couldn't read. At the age of 18, I couldn't. Now I have a master's degree, up to the master's degree, but I want to study further because education is the key. because you have no idea what education can do for you once you acquire those skill sets. You can move mountains. You can be anything you want to be. But the point is that when I finally was able to rejuvenate myself, rebranded myself, make myself what I wanted to be, I had a start base. I started thinking. I was like, wow, I made it through. But now what happened? What happened? What's going on with all those children going through the same process, the same problem that I went through? What's going to happen to them? What can I do to solve the problem? What can I do to help? Now I identify the problem. Now I know what the problem is. What can I do to be of a solution, of a problem solving? That's how this Boy and His Dream came about. When we set up the foundation, I said, you know what? We're going to address the problem in Africa, talk about the culture that are affecting our children and our women, talk about all the things that are not working at all. There are a lot of belief systems that are not working at all. It shouldn't be practiced at all. It's still happening. We're going to change those ones. We're going to help model those elders, talk to those children, give them new tools for them to utilize so that they can be a better person. Then, since I'm not living in the United States, Chicago in particular, we're going to help create a products that's going to help benefit the youth in the long run, such as creating, scholarship fund, creating mentorship program that we have put in place right now, and it's working effectively. And just creating a program that's going to help design a specific value system that's going to help better the life of our youth. So we've done all this. So we have a scholarship program. We have 27 students right now benefiting from those programs. They are all in various colleges here in the United States. We have 10 just graduated. When we started, it was just 4 students. I didn't know if it was going to work, but I believe in it, and the people believe in it. But now today, we can gladly tell you that 27 students are benefited from it hands-on, and they're all assigned to a mentor. All these mentors are top executives who own companies, who are managing different entities that's going to help them to survive and succeed. They mentor them through the university, place them in their different career, and make sure that they survive and succeed in life. And you know what? That's light. That's the hope that the students want, and we're giving them. But the goal is to sponsor 100 children in the next 10 years, install playground in Africa, 100 playground in Africa. We've installed 5, and here in the United States, we've sponsored 27 so far. I want to increase that program to 100 students. Then also we're packing meal to feed those children because malnutrition almost killed me, affected me. So I believe that if a kid can feed, exercise, and have book supply, that kid have hope. That kid is bound to survive or bound to focus on something that's going to bring him success in the long run. So that's what that program is. And also one other program we added to it is the meal packing program, because there's no food in those regions in Africa. So we partner with kids around the world to be able to pack meal to feed those children in Nigeria. So if they have good nutrition, exercise, and have book supply, they will stay in school. Once you have the right education, you can survive in any way. Your future is set just like that. So also what we do book educational materials drive. So we fill up 40 food container once a year and ship to those regions and go there and hand deliver it. It's not political. We're trying to remove the government involvement into it. It's non-profit organization giving this supply to those children in those rural villages so that they can have hope and focus on education. Once they have the right education, they have life and they have love. Their future is bright. Someone helped me out just because somebody gave me a chance to better myself. I believe by advocating for all these children, by talking about the problem that I went through, that I survived, by talking about and finding solutions on how to resolve in those problems with the right support system, I think those problems can be solved over time. And we already started it. We want to make it even bigger. We want to take it to a larger, higher scale. Let's do more. That's what we're all standing about. That's what we're here for. Let's face it. Let's identify those problems, adversity. Just children in an adverse situation, help them to understand the fact that, yes, what you're going through right now is real. Look, you're already here on earth. You're in a very bad situation, but those situations can change if only you are willing to change the situation with the right help. because without help, they cannot succeed. That's why we're here, visible, creating that relationship, building that trust with them, making them know that we're going to be here. We're going to do what it takes to make sure that they succeed and get them off the street. Because adversity will make a kid make the baddest and the poorest decision that they would never have thought that they would do if they have a chance to survive or succeed. Adversity. A child that is hungry, that is struggling, that is even wanting to have a basic need such as food. How can you tell that child to not commit crime? And when we have now helped them to succeed, provide those basic necessities for them, food, shelter, and basic education. If our child, if we can give them those base, can give them those leverages, they will get off the street. And it's guaranteed. And we've done it. And then we want to keep doing it on a larger scale. I am Sonny Akhigbe, and you are listening to A Boy and His Dream podcast.